Hey guys, welcome to Jackson's Man Cave. I'm Ken. This is Jackson.
Yes.
And we are in the Man Cave.
The Man Cave.
Talking a little parkour, little airsoft, and maybe some video games. You want to do that? So you just went to Hollywood Air Park in Bellflower, which is like about 20 minutes from here. So I saw some pictures, and it looked like you were in like Afghanistan.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like, I was with Noah Alvarez. There were like fake cars, and there was like glass like inside of the car. I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump inside this car because the windows were down and stuff. But I saw, like, I wasn't gonna actually do it, but I saw inside the car there was like glass everywhere, like it was real.
They already shot out glass.
Yeah.
Wow. So the guns that you use, do you have a gun here? I saw one out here, like a pistol.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
out there? Want to show us?
Yeah.
So what he's going to do, he's going to get us a gun. These things look totally realistic, and it's super scary. And I told him that I really don't want to go. Like, I'll go and watch him, but, like, I don't want to get shot. These things are, like, super realistic and hardcore. A lot of people think it's a little bit too much, but we're going to get into that with him for a sec. So what do you got here? You got...
Right now, I got a pistol that... I used it, but it broke, so it's broken.
Is there a pellet in there?
No, like, see, this is how it, pull out the,
I don't like you pointing at me, that makes me nervous.
There, sorry. Okay, so, see in here, that's, like, the mag for this, so you press on that, takes it out, there's no BBs inside of it.
So you're shooting BBs?
Yeah.
Doesn't that hurt when you get hit?
Kind of, but not too bad. See, this can't pull back because it's broken, but it would usually pull back super easily.
Yeah.
The light works perfectly.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's blue light. It's pretty sick, like that.
That is so cool. It looks like a laser.
Cool
It's like a laser.
Camera, yeah.
When you went to Hollywood Air Park with Noah yesterday, was that? Did you have beams of light like that to help you focus?
You can. I have one. I have one.
Really?
Gun, yeah.
So that helps you focus and
it
get
helps.
your target?
It helps. Sometimes there's like dark areas that you have to go into, and this super really helps. Like to like look inside, because some people like camp out in the corners. And
now, why do you like it so much?
It's really fun because it just makes me feel like I'm actually in that place, and it's like you're acting like a different person. So it's like a video game for real. Yeah, it's like a video game in real life, and you're not dying. Like, it's kind of like you die, you restart. I kind of like it because it's like a video game, you know what I mean? It's like, you die, you restart back to your respawning point, all this stuff. Yeah, it's really cool.
No, but a lot of kids like video games, and maybe, like, but this is, like, really hard. Like, you were tired. You came home and you were exhausted.
I was exhausted. Well, one of those things was, like, you're in a mask, and one of the rules at Hollywood Sports Park is you're not allowed to take off your mask until you're off of the death box. The death box is... when you die, you go in there, and that's where you wait. You're not even allowed to take your mask off, and there's like a net, and yet you're still not allowed to take your mask off. And I can't leave the game, or else I'm stuck out of the game until the next round. Right. So I'm like it's like so sweaty inside of the mask that I have to just like pull out so that I can like get fresh air. You know what I mean?
That's pretty intense. Now, when's the next time you're going back?
I'm gonna actually ask my mom if I can go tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I don't have anything.
That's why you're asking me if you go tomorrow. Okay. Now, another thing that you, of course, are really into and you're getting really good at is parkour. And you
can actually take parkour and put it into your airsoft, because parkour was made from war. So it was meant to get around obstacles, which I used when I was at the place.
So you used your parkour while doing this?
You can, like... What I did is I did some vaults over things and like hid behind stuff and then took the shot and stuff.
It makes you more mobile, which makes you harder to get hit because you're more mobile. You can evade the enemy.
Yeah. So
parkour.
Who do you think you're like the number one parkour athlete in like your world?
Well, I mean, the only athlete I know a few now through you, but Jesse LaFleur, who is probably the number one parkour athlete. I know he's been a big inspiration for you.
He's the reason I started about parkour. I wanted to be a ninja at the start. I was like, I want to be a ninja. So then I looked up how to run up a wall, and what I ended up learning was that he said check out Tempest Free Running Academy. It's in Chatsworth. They're coming out with one in Torrance, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I trained for parkour. So he said check out Tempest Free Running Academy. There's really cool parkour athletes there, and you can learn a lot about parkour. And I was like, what's parkour? So I looked it up, Wikipedia, and of course it comes up. And yeah, it was pretty cool.
So let me ask you this though. So tonight, we just got back. We were at the Red Carpet. It was Jackson's premiere, his debut as a red carpet celebrity. You were interviewed by E! News and another outlet, and you took pictures in front of the paparazzi on the red carpet. What was that like? It was
kind of scary. I was shivering, but kind of.
You were nervous?
I try to let loose, but I end up walking like this, like with my hands like this. So, I'm trying. So like that time, like, or once I was like halfway, I started to like walk with my arms like that because then I started to like get the feeling of it, and I was like, okay, so now I know what I'm dealing with.
What was the most fun part?
The fact that like people got to like take pictures of me. Spider. Okay. Like the people got to take pictures of me, and they wanted to take pictures of us, and I felt like I'm not even that famous, but I'm training for stunts. Yeah. So I thought I'm not even famous, and yet they still want to take pictures of me because like you're my dad, and then you're telling them like I'm a stuntman in training, and then all of a sudden they want to take pictures of me. It's like, it's just a cool feeling.
It was really cool. And then the show went to the Young Hollywood Awards. That's what we were there for, and you did that. So fast forward like 5 or 10 years, you're a professional parkour athlete. How do you see your life?
I see my life as something that I wouldn't have seen it by now. I think I would have maybe like, if I was like, when I first learned about parkour, I wasn't so sure because I first found out about Tempest, and then when I got to Tempest, I was like, this is what I want to do. And I learned that a lot of parkour athletes are stuntmen in training, and a lot of stuntmen. And I was like, so if I can do parkour and do stunts, like all the stuff that I love, parkour is what I love, and I can earn money from it, from doing stunts in movies and stuff. I was like, that's pretty cool. So that's what I wanted to do.
So that's your dream.
Yeah. What did you think that you were gonna do when you were my age?
When I was 10, I don't know. I mean, I had started to get into hockey, and when I was 10 was when the U.S. Olympic hockey team beat the Soviet Union. You know, the Miracle on Ice and all that stuff, and that was when I was your age, Jackson, and so that's when hockey connected for me, was at that time. So, but you are so passionate about it; it's amazing. So, one thing I have to ask you now is, we said we were going to talk about video games as well. So, compare playing video games to doing parkour and the Airsoft.
It's all pretty much just real life video games, like Assassin's Creed 3. It's like parkour. You're just jumping from roof to roof and climbing up walls and doing vaults over things and dive rolling and stuff like that. It's just all that, and it's in a video game, and then you take it out in real life, and it's a lot harder than you would think. It's like Airsoft is just like, it's like Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty, and all those games, all the gun games. It's just like taken out into real life.
So does playing video games help you with this other stuff? Yeah,
it definitely does. I mean, it gives me the thought of what I need to do for it. So, it gives me, like,
Inspiration,
because then I know what to do, like what I need to do for it.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this episode. What else should we talk about, or do we want to save that for the next episode of Jackson's Man Cave?
I think there's a little more to talk about before we end this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you some.
You're gonna ask me questions?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Good.
Okay.
This is what I like.
I want to hear
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I want to hear your answers to some stuff.
Bring it
Number
on.
one parkour athlete that you think was the best?
Well, I mean, Jesse.
Tempest takeover.
Well, Jesse, I saw a lot of cool athletes when I went to the Tempest Takeover. A lot of them from, like, there was a French guy, there was, like, Russians, and, I mean, there were just some super talented guys. But, Jesse, I think, is great because he's very personable and he can communicate, and I think he inspires you and young kids, and I really like that about him. So, but, no, I love parkour. I love watching it. I really appreciate the art of movement. And like one time you told me, I was like, why are you so into it? And you go, well, you love it because you can feel a moment of flight, which is pretty cool. Like, because humans for a long time have been trying to fly, and like you have this ability to, at least for a moment, be able to fly, which is really cool.
Yeah. For video games.
Yeah.
Which one? If like you played video games,
I don't really. I don't.
But if you could,
Yeah.
what type of genre video game would you play?
I like when I play like sport ones, like hockey, or when
Yeah.
we're doing like what's the one where you're actually moving and playing. We don't play it anymore, really.
Oh, Connect?
Yeah, like Connect and do some of those. Those are cool, but I'm not really into shooting and stuff like that. I'm just not into that. But
And then if you would go anywhere between SC Village, which you probably don't know about, but it's a lot like Hollywood Sports.
Yeah.
If you could go to a place, Hollywood Sports or SC Village is like for older people who are
That's
high
me.
tech.
Oh.
Like very into it. And there's like better maps, because they're really
Where's
into
that?
it and stuff. I think it's like 2 hours away from Hermosa
it's
Beach.
kind of far.
But
I want to go with you to Hollywood Sports
Sports,
Park and check it out, and then we'll report back, and we will tell you guys all about it. So this has been great. It's a Thursday night in Jackson's Man Cave. We caught up a little bit. We learned a lot about parkour. We talked a little bit about the video games, and we talked a little bit about Airsoft and all that kind of stuff, which I'm learning about. Dude, good times. One thing, before we go, I just have to ask you, you took a lot of pictures tonight with these on, so everyone's going to be asking about these. So what do you got here?
okay, for the people who now want to go to Tempest, so what we have is just like a Dodgers bracelet that my friend gave to me right here. PK all day. So there's bands for Tempest, and there's 8 bands. I'm on my 2nd band, and if you get to your 8th band, you become a pro. So PK all day is my 2nd band, and then this is actually from Hollywood Sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's just says like the guy signed it, saying like he knows the rules, so we don't have to ask him again. So.
Cool.
That's all that it really is.
Who gave you the Dodgers band?
Oh, my friend Jack.
Oh, that's cool.
Jack.
Good. So, were we peacing out?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
peacing out.
Peace out. This has been Jackson's Man Cave, episode 1. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah.